Welcome to Cooking with Otter. I'm your host, Otter Embermore, and today I'm going to teach you how to cook the perfect reverse sear steak. I'm starting off here with a rib cap-off steak. What is that? I don't know. I don't understand the cuts. All I know is it's made of fat, red meat, and deliciousness. Plus, it's pretty cheap. I got on discount. I think it was expiring that day. Currently, I am seasoning this with salt and pepper, locking in the moisture, removing the excess on the outside, and just making sure that the rind is perfectly seasoned. You don't need to do any ridiculous salt-based stuff. Next, I'm going to pop that in the oven, 125 degrees for about 45 minutes. From there, I'm going to do some prep work. One, I usually like to use beef fat, but because I don't have that, I'm going to use pork fat. I'm going to render down this pork belly and use the fat to sear my steak later on. The rest of this, I'm going to have for breakfast for tomorrow. I'm going to prep up some butter, which has been sitting in the back of the fridge for a very long time. You can just see the yellowing. That's pretty bad. I'm going to use this cheese knife to cut it because I don't like leaving butter out. It's a personal pet peeve, but why risk it? All right, the steak is ready. Out it goes, and I'm going to make sure that my cast iron skillet is sizzling hot, just starting to smoke. And oh, listen to that sizzle. That's music to my ears. Right. From there, we're going to let that sit there for about a minute or two, and then you're going to flip it once it's ready. You'll just sneak a look. Oh, looks like it's nice and seared there. So, flipping it. Perfect. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start adding some aromatics. First, butter. All that butter I prepped earlier. From this, I'm going to use the butter here to baste, but I also need to add rosemary. I probably should have cut that in two. And I've got some crushed garlic. Right, that is ready. Oh, you can almost smell that. All right, the next step here is to baste the steak in butter. Butter basting. Whoever invented this was a genius. Oh, there we go. Butter baste, butter baste. You gotta add butter to it to show you that you love it and that you love yourself. Because that's what this is about. Self-love. Treating your meat correctly. Oh, there we go with the garlic. We've got the rosemary, half burning, half raw. Barely doing anything, not even touching anything, and we've almost lost the rosemary. All right, it's nice and seared. You can see that sizzling. All right, we're going to add a butter blanket on there because why not? More butter, more love. This is all about treating yourself, and if you don't treat yourself right, what's the point of going on? Our half burnt, half raw rosemary. That's right, try to slather on some of the spice. Oh, half burnt garlic. That's actually really delicious. Yeah, you can actually see the stream, the river of melting butter. And that is just gorgeous. And like all things that you love, you're gonna have to smother it. Not just with butter, but with tinfoil. We're gonna let that sit for 10 minutes to let that rest as it soaks in all the juices. All right, that's done. Next job is to get this thing cut up. Now, you can take a knife and you can go along the edges of the bone. Make sure you get that extracted. That way you can get cleaner cuts in the whole thing. Frankly, I'm not all about etiquette here or fanciness. I'm sure I'm supposed to cut against the grain or some nonsense, but here I am using what I've got to the best of my ability, and this thing looks gorgeous. The flavor. Oh, all right. I'm going to need some alone time with this once we're ready, but it's not quite done yet. We've let it rest. We've cooked it. We've seared it. Here, we have to get ready for the final piece of seasoning. That's right. The ultimate ketchup. This will bring your steak to higher levels. I can't go eating this without ketchup. Oh, that's just gorgeous. And there you have it, the perfectly reverse seared steak, complete with the ultimate dressing, ketchup. I think ketchup improves the flavor of the steak, don't you? This is the perfect reverse sear steak with ketchup, and if you don't like it, go make your own.